Hello, and thank you for joining me to discuss ServiceM8 Phone. The 2020 launch of ServiceM8 9.0 brought a ton of new features to the platform, and most excitedly, the introduction of ServiceM8 Phone to make connecting with your customers easier than ever. ServiceM8 Phone is designed with customer interaction in mind and fully leverages a very tight integration with the ServiceM8 platform. That tight integration allows to quickly assign a call to a job, create a new call from the job, send booking links or inquiry forms, capture notes, see the history of that customer, and afterwards, a very rich call transcription and recording. There's a lot of great, amazing features about ServiceM8 Phone, and I would hope by this point you've watched the introductory videos about it. Today we're going to look at how ServiceM8 Phone is best utilized from three primary examples: using ServiceM8 Phone just by itself, using your existing phone platform and forwarding calls to ServiceM8 Phone, and using your existing platform with an IVR and ServiceM8 Phone. Now, for the sake of this video, we're primarily going to focus on a phone platform that we at Digital Data Design believe in strongly, and that's Mightycall. Mightycall is an amazing phone platform for businesses, and towards the end of the video, we're going to break down why we firmly believe Mightycall is the best phone platform for you with ServiceM8 Phone. So to start, let's break down the key things we need to look at when we consider ServiceM8 Phone and if we need an existing call platform. Now, right off the bat, we need to know if we're going to use ServiceM8 Phone all by itself or if we're going to be forwarding phone calls to it. And really, it comes down to one important question. Do you have an existing business number? Because ServiceM8 Phone currently cannot port numbers in. So if you have an existing business phone number that you really cannot lose, we're definitely going to be looking at using an existing phone platform to forward calls to ServiceM8 Phone. Now, the reason we're doing this is because we want to take advantage of all the advanced features and integrations that ServiceM8 Phone brings to our ServiceM8 workflow. At the top of that list is obviously the deep integration with ServiceM8. Now, every team is a little different in this philosophy. However, when starting to think how we would use ServiceM8 Phone, taking as much pressure off of our admins who are answering the phone becomes even more important. Using an interactive voice response system, or IVR, allows the caller to drive the call routing process. So if the call doesn't need to land on that gatekeeper admin, and the caller can select who they need to speak with, we're going to see major benefits in that moving forward. This is going to give you more control and less call bottlenecking by not having every single call flow through your call admin. One of the chief reasons for this is ServiceM8 Phone currently only supports 2 callers at a time per person. So if you have a small admin team, those number of inbound callers can't stack up in a queue and would simply be sent to voicemail straight away. So during peak calling times of the day, we want to make sure that only needed calls are hitting our admin team. Great features all around are call recording. This is a must in general, and if you're not currently using call recording, I'd highly recommend it. Another really great feature is dial by name. So again, taking the pressure off the admin team by allowing the caller to indicate who they need to connect with. Most all platforms today can use the internet to make calls, and ServiceM8 is no different, and similarly has a dedicated app for both the mobile and the desktop to help make those calls. Now, for some, desk phones and physical phones are very, very important. ServiceM8 Phone does not currently support physical desk phones. The only way of calling using ServiceM8 Phone is either with an iOS device or with your computer through a Chrome extension. Using a calling platform like Mightycall allows you to use a desk phone either for calls in and out or even in a forward-only situation to at least make calls out. Since ServiceM8 Phone can only use the internet to make calls, if you're in an area with a weak internet signal, your call quality will suffer. Having a secondary system like Mightycall ensures that you can also accept calls with good quality service. Now, for some, international calling or non-standard and premium numbers may be important. So if you live near a national border or your business requires that you're communicating with international vendors, this is where having a system like Mightycall obviously comes into play. Now, this is all at a high level. So let's take it back to the beginning where ServiceM8 introduced how ServiceM8 Phone will work.
Say you have an admin staff member working from their computer at home because of a pandemic or something. Their phone rings too. It will ring all staff you choose on whatever they're connected from. It could be their iPhone, iPad, or computer, simultaneously.
So in all reality, what ServiceMate has described is using ServiceMate Phone only, where your business phone rings, that's the number that ServiceMate has provided to you, and everyone on your team who is answering phones will receive that call. Now, if you're an established company with an established phone number, this is probably not the way your phone system will work with ServiceMate Phone. At the very least, we're going to forward our calls to ServiceMate Phone. Your business phone will ring, and then your calls will be pushed to ServiceMate Phone. Now, if you think back to our chart we had open before, this definitely has some enhancements over ServiceMate Phone only, because you're able to maintain your existing business phone number and make calls out with a desk phone. However, all calls coming into your business all will flow through your team who answers the phone, obviously creating potential calling bottlenecks. We feel that there's a better way, and if you're not already using an IVR system, this is generally what we recommend. Now in this setup, when your phone rings,
Thanks for calling Digital Data Design. This call is recorded for quality and training purposes. To connect with a team member, or to schedule or reschedule service, press 1. To connect with accounting, press 2. To use our dial by name directory, press 3, or feel free to dial your party's extension.
when that caller presses 1, that call is pushed to ServiceMate Phone. But callers who know who they need to speak with, such as your accounting team, can be routed directly to them. For a lot of teams, members like bookkeepers are only there some days a week. Voicemails can then be kept separate from ServiceMate, making it easier for those team members to return the calls that are important to them. And your regular day-to-day admins don't have to work around those voicemails in the ServiceMate inbox. Additionally, if the caller knows who they're trying to reach, they'd be able to use a dial by name directory and be able to be connected directly to that team member. Since most of these calls are not directly in reference to a job, there's less worry about losing those details from a ServiceMate integration perspective. Another big point here as well is that calls that don't pertain to work specific and may pertain more to business operations, employee sensitive information, medical information, or other key conversations like this are not being captured through ServiceMate Phone and are instead captured in the calling system like Mightycall, where only dedicated team members would have access to. And in the case of Mightycall, those recordings are kept separate and unique, unless otherwise shared. For these reasons and more, we really feel most teams will be connecting their phone platform to ServiceMate Phone. We at Digital Data Design firmly believe Mightycall is the best platform to do this with. The real question is why, you're probably asking. Well, there's a couple of reasons. Mightycall is extremely easy to use. It has a great IVR system, should you choose to use it. It has no per-user charges like virtually every other phone platform on the market, except for the base plan, include unlimited minutes. You can use a soft or physical phone with it, and you can save contacts and has a mini CRM system in it. When we look at the plan options, for a really small team, we can start off at $20 a month. For virtually everyone else, at normally $50 a month, it's a steal. At the time of this video, Mightycall currently has an offer at $40 a month. With either of these plans, you can have multiple phone numbers, both local and toll-free, and supports text messages. For features like unlimited minutes, call recording, and using desk phones, those start with the standard plan. Now, how does Mightycall stack up to the competition? On Mightycall's website, you can see this great simple chart that breaks this down, and as you can see, Mightycall is the clear winner here. Well, let's put some numbers to this. Let's say you're a two-man team, and let's say you go with the standard plan at the regular $49.99 a month. Well, that compared to another popular option here in the States called Ring Central, you're going to save at least $20 a month, and that basically comes to almost $240 a year. If you're a slightly larger team, let's just say 6, the numbers stack up pretty quickly. And again, Mightycall over Ring Central saves nearly $2,000 a year. And I don't want to think how much you'd be spending on a larger team. No matter what your team size, we feel making the switch to Mightycall would be a worthwhile transition. And if you're using ServiceMate, having ServiceMate Phone is almost a no-brainer. We hope this video helped you understand how best to use ServiceMate Phone. If you have any questions about using or switching to Mightycall, we are, of course, partners with Mightycall as well, and we can help you get started. Thanks, and we'll see you again soon.